السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. Is Sheikh Adam still here?
No.
You here, brother? I need you here because you're going to check my work. Are you going to stay with us? Or do you have to have a presidential meeting that you have to get to? Jazakallah. I'm very glad you're here, akhi. MashaAllah. I always feel comfortable when people who know more than I do are in front of me. I feel comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I wanted to talk a little bit in the short time that we have about a very important concept, because Ibrahim, when he announced the lecture yesterday, he called it, and I call it, the price of paradise. Now, Muslims, we're used to everything being free, is that right? Free, should be free. When you come to events, brother, is it free? And if the event is free, is the food after it free? Are the books in the library free? Everything is free, mashallah, for us. Free. Free sabilillah, not fi sabilillah. So, when I tell you that paradise has a price, it might make some of us uncomfortable. But really, it's not so much the price, but it's the concept of business. If you look at business, when I was a little kid, before I took my shahada, I used to buy chewing gum in the, Needs Convenience. It was Green Gables back then, if y'all remember. And you buy it for 10 cents, go to school with it, and sell it for 20 cents. Right? That's business, right? And then you make that money and go buy lunch with it later on. Well, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, business can be that simple, and it can be much more complicated than that. People are buying houses and buildings and, all these other huge airplanes and everything else. And that's a business. If that thing earns you a living, then it's a business. But there is a much more, and that's not bad, by the way. If your business is halal, then Allahumma rizqna wa rizqhum. We want halal rizq because masajid don't build themselves. Orphans don't take care of themselves. Countries don't fix themselves. The hand that gives is stronger than the one that takes. And Muslims, we should know that. The Sahaba weren't poor. They were extremely wealthy. Abdurrahman ibn Auf comes to mind. Extremely wealthy. And Muslims have a history of wealth. It's a test for us because now you have people building 80-story hotels in different countries that don't really need it. But it's a test for us, but some of us are making great use of it. So I'm not here to talk badly about business necessarily, but to change your perception of it. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said to us after we say, أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. When Allah is addressing you like that, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, He is talking directly to us. Is that right? Allahumma ij'al min mu'minin. Directly to you. If He didn't say your name, He might as well have said it. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. He's addressing you directly, and that's how we should feel when Allah says that to us. Pay very close, crucial attention to what is being said, because Allah Ta'ala didn't have to talk to us at all. It wouldn't have harmed Him if He didn't talk to us. It wouldn't have harmed Him, and it doesn't make Him stronger by talking to us. You know what a sign of sincerity is? And this is a very profound statement, and I don't know who said it. I know I didn't make it up for sure, but I did hear it. A sign of sincerity is when someone helps you who you cannot benefit them in anything. Allah doesn't require us at all, in the least. Allah is al-Qawi. He doesn't get stronger by talking to us. We get stronger by listening to Him, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, hal adullukum ala tijara. Shouldn't I show you a business, a trade? The fact that first of all Allah is speaking to you, to us, we should be very grateful for. And that He's showing us something we should be grateful for. And that He's offering to do business with us, we should be very grateful for. تُنْجِيكُم مِّنْ عَذَابٍ أَلِيمٍ. That will prevent him, or prevent me, as Allah said, from punishing you. So Allah is showing you something that's going to prevent Him from punishing you. بِإِذْنِهِ تَعَالَى. When you do business with someone, if I wanted to go into business with Shaykh Adam, Jazakallah khair, do you think that Shaykh Adam is going to provide me the capital? Are you going to do that? Are you going to give me the capital? Shaykh Adam, I want to build a hotel with you in Mogadishu, but you have to pay for it all and then share the profit with me afterwards. Why? If you want to do that, bro, talk to me later, inshallah. I'm in, you know. That would be extremely silly. Why would he do that? Why would he share the profit with me? I didn't do anything for him. I just came in and agreed. And if business worked that way, then mashallah, we would all share the profits with somebody. Allah is giving you the capital to do business with Him, number one. Number two, He's multiplying it for you. Number three, Allah isn't in any need of anything, so all of the profit from that profitable capital belongs to you. SubhanAllah. So that business should be something that is the first priority for us. Yes, make your millions, inshallah, in halal. If you can make that, do that. If it's halal for you, do that, mashallah. But have that idea that this world is not forever. That when we're going to be here, we're not going to be here long. Some people will tell you that 80 years is a long life. But if you ask someone who's 81, it isn't. So understand that this life is temporary. Now when we do business with Allah Ta'ala, it is permanent. Allah said to us, هَلْ أَدُلُّكُمْ عَلَى تِجَارَةٍ تُنْجِيكُمْ مِنْ عَذَابٍ أَلِيمٍ. Shouldn't I show you a business deal that will prevent me from punishing you? You're responsible for three things. Three things. The third one is divided into two, but it's still three things in any case. If you want to say four, mashallah, you can say four as well, if you want to say that. And subhanallah, most of them, maybe all of them, you're doing already. So you don't have to do nothing else, inshallah. Just keep doing what you're doing, if you're doing all of these things. You don't have to go and take $500 out of your bank account, you know, sign a bunch of papers, go get 3 people who are also going to sign up like you, and then help them get 3 people, and help them get 3 people. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to convince anyone of anything. تُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. Number 1. To believe in Allah. You believe in Allah, right? Does anyone in here not believe in Allah? We can talk later afterwards, inshallah, like if there are any non-Muslims here. Okay. So you all believe in Allah. Mashallah, every single one of you believe that Allah is the only God worthy of worship. Mashallah. Who said that? What's your name, Akhi? Huh? You're here again?
Yeah.
You're front row, brother. Mashallah. This ain't NXT.
I'm in front row. He's in back row.
Why are you in back row? Move up, man. Don't sit back there. The front row seats cost the same, man. You sit up front. It's not NXT. You ain't got to pay more to sit up front. He's waiting on NXT tonight. See, that's the thing. Huh? Yeah, he's been promoted to the. You can see me better if you're. I can't see you any better though. تُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. So you believe in Allah, right? Do you? Okay. You believe that there is nothing worthy. You know, people translate La ilaha illallah as no God but God. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, no. Not exactly. It's a very short, watery translation of that. Because if you're saying no God but God, the Arabic word for God is ilah. Right? So that would be La ilaha illa ilah. Right? Which is wrong. Is that right or wrong?
Yeah.
Shaykh Adam, is that right?
Yes.
It's right, but it's wrong. the name that the only one worthy of our worship chose for himself is Allah. That's his name. So when we say La ilaha, there's nothing worthy of worship from all the things that the people worship. They may worship their favorite celebrities. They may worship their favorite basketball players, favorite hockey players, their favorite NASCAR drivers, so nobody calls me racist, I'm including white folks too. Their favorite singers, their desires. They may worship lots of different stuff. But the only one worthy of that worship is who? Allah. Because everything else is going to pass away. Your favorite ball player is going to pass away. Your favorite hockey player is going to pass away. Your favorite NASCAR, no one watches NASCAR. Your favorite singer is going to pass away eventually. We had a basketball player recently. You see this guy broke his leg. Hayward, you see that? Younger brother saw that? You saw it? Went up for alley-oop and landed wrong and broke his leg completely. To the point where I heard that in my headset. I had headphones on. And I didn't see it because I can't see at all. But I heard the... And you know how you get that chill in your blood? Ouch. Like man, nothing in this place is permanent. La ilaha illallah, except the one who created this place. So we say, tu'minuna billah, you believe in Allah. You fast because Allah told you so. You pray 5 times a day because Allah told you so. You wear your hijab, sisters, because Allah told you so. Not because you want to fit in or because you don't want it. You know, I told you this story before, I think. There was an atheist who was discussing something with the Muslim. So the atheist said, why do you starve yourself in Ramadan? So the Muslim said, well, we don't starve ourselves, but we want to feel the pain that the poor people feel when they don't eat, I should say. So the atheist had a very clever answer, and he said, instead of that, why don't you just feed them? Which is very true. You don't fast in Ramadan because you want to feel the poor people's pain. If you knew their pain, you'd feed them and they wouldn't have to worry, right? You fast in Ramadan because Allah said, كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الصِّيَامِ. You pray because Muhammad said, صَلُوا كَمَا رَأَيْتُمُونِي أُصَلِّي أو كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم. So you believe in Allah and His Messenger. Yeah, you might have some favorite ball players and some favorite hockey player. All that stuff, it is what it is. But you worship the one who literally put the sun in his place. The one who created this before all of this was. He is, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he described himself so beautifully at the end of Surah Al-Hashr. And I love these ayat. And I don't read them every single lecture, but I think I probably do. Actually, because I really love them. And he said to us after we say again, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. And he described himself so well. And no one can describe Allah except Allah. No one. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. Nothing like you can imagine, but He created you. So you believe in Him and you believe in His Messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You believe that Allah loved us so much that He sent us a person to show us how to behave, to show us how to worship Him, and to show us how to behave towards each other. And you believe in that sunnah, even if the people don't like it necessarily. Now we have a lot of different propaganda stuff going on, and you just hold to that sunnah. No matter who tries to take that rope from you, hold it. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Hold that rope of Allah, which is the Quran and the Sunnah. Hold that. And the third thing, وَتُجَاهِدُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ بِأَمْوَالِكُمْ وَأَنفُسِكُمْ. And to struggle. The word tujahidu and the word jihad, another word that makes people uncomfortable. Well, it only makes the people uncomfortable if they don't know the meaning of it, see? If you know the meaning of it, it shouldn't make you uncomfortable, inshallah. What does it mean? Struggle, jazakallah khair. Struggle. Doesn't mean harm innocent people, does it? No, you don't have the right to do that. Brother, you see someone having a Christmas party, do you have the right to hurt them? No, of course not, right? You don't. Someone doesn't agree with you, you have the right to hurt them? No, of course not. Someone doesn't believe like you have the right to go and harm them? No. But you struggle sometimes because sometimes things are not easy, are they? You know why they're called tests? Because they're hard. Sorry, I interrupted you. Sorry. Wait, were you going to say that though?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Really? MashaAllah. Jazakallah khair. It is now, right? If it wasn't before, it is now. If they were easy, they'd be just called assignments, wouldn't they? Book report. You don't worry about a book report. Y'all do book reports still?
No.
Really? What do you read?
We read.
Y'all do Facebook reports, huh? Is that what you do? Is that what you do? Facebook reports? We did book reports when I was a kid. And I hated them because you had to read them oftentimes. I remember I was so scared to read stuff, I used to just walk out and not read. And now I get to speak, which is, I never used to like speaking. I was always afraid of it. SubhanAllah. You struggle. You struggle when you wear your hijab, sisters. I want to include you too. Praying salah at 3:30 in the morning sometimes is a little bit of a challenge, isn't it? But it's a struggle because if you believe in Allah and His Messenger, belief by itself is words. Anyone can say anything they want to say. It's words. Isn't it? I can tell you anything I want to tell you. And you can have the right to listen to me or not. But what I'm telling you is words. When you believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a brother by the name of Yusha Evans, I don't know if you know Yusha. He actually helped me with this lecture. I took it from him. I borrowed it from him. He said something very clever, and it was during the time of the children of Israel. They used to say, "Sami'na wa asayna." Right? We hear and we rebel. Anything Musa told them, they didn't like it. They just made fun of him and did what they wanted to do. Right? What color cow, how big, how old, how tall, whatever. They just asked him ridiculous questions and they didn't like it that much. The Sahaba of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they said, "Sami'na wa ata'na." We hear and we obey. That's good, right?
Yeah.
If Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam tell you something, you do it. فَخُذُوا. Allah told you that. If He gives you something, take it. Us now, we don't say asayna, and we don't say ata'na. Us, it's sami'na wa anamna. We hear and we sleep. We just hear, we just listen. So belief isn't just words. Struggle sometimes is important because it shows you who you are. You struggle with your wealth. Some of y'all ain't got no money. You kids, you got money?
Yeah.
You got, really?
Yeah.
You, really? Where'd you get money from? Did you work?
No.
No? You get it from your dad, right? Or your mom?
Yeah.
MashaAllah. Wow, I like this guy. The brothers, the treasurer wants to talk to you later, inshallah. Donation for the masjid. But sometimes that's necessary, isn't it? Do you think masjids pay their own light bills? No. They don't. Do you think the building was just given to us? Someone just came and said, "Here you go. Here's a building." And even if it was, because sometimes that happens, actually, it doesn't maintain itself, right? Bills have to be paid, you know. You have to, eventually, people have to take care of the place. So to struggle for yourself with your wealth is important, if you have any. And it doesn't matter how much. Some people think that they have to have $1 million to help somebody. And you don't, because Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, to purchase Jannah, even low bishaq tamar. Half a date. Y'all know what half a date is?
Yeah.
If you take a date and you bite it, do you think you give it to somebody after that?
No.
You wouldn't, right?
Really?
Muhammad, if I took a date and I bit half of it, would you eat it?
Probably not.
Probably not, right? But Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, to purchase Jannah, even if that's all you have, if that's all you have to give someone, maybe they may not even take it though. But it's your sincerity that is important. Even if someone says, "Oh man, I don't want to eat that," you ate that. If you gave it for the sake of Allah, and Allah knows your heart better than anybody else, maybe He's going to give you Jannah for that one. Maybe. Right? So it's not the amount. Many people think it's the amount. And I'm not trying to get money out of y'all, by the way. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not. It's not a fundraising lecture. We'll do another one of those for the masjid later on, inshallah. But the whole point is to understand that it's not about millionaires and billionaires. Yeah, if you can do that, I'm not saying don't. But it's you. It's your intention between you and Allah. Because remember, who gave you the capital to do this business? Allah did. So Allah knows best what you have. I don't need to know. You may only have $1. You put that dollar for the sake of Allah, and that may be that if it's sincere, Allah can reward you so many different ways for that. Because if you only have $2 and you give $1, you're going to be among the people who gave half of their wealth for the sake of Allah. That's good, right?
Yeah.
That's not much. But it's not about the amount, because Allah is Ar-Razaq anyway. Allah owns everything anyway. And could He help people? Like by Himself?
Yes.
Of course, right? He could. He could easily say, okay, you know what? There's not going to be any more orphans at all. MashaAllah. But He gave us the opportunity to do business with Him, Jalla wa'ala. To struggle a little bit with your wealth and for yourselves. ذَلِكُمْ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. That's better for you if you know. Why is that better? Not to say that what you're doing is bad. Some people, Muslims, a lot of us like to tell you that you shouldn't have anything of the dunya and being poor is good. And I don't agree with that. I'm not a person who will tell you that. I don't think poverty helped anybody. If that's your life, then may Allah give you more and give us more. But poverty doesn't help anyone. Umar al-Khattab said poverty, if poverty was a person, he would kill it. Right? He said that. Shaykh Adam, did he say that? Ali said it. Jazakallah khair. Ali ibn Abi Talib said that. If poverty was a person, he would kill it. So they didn't like poverty. I don't like poverty either. So, poverty is when you're broke, you're poor, you don't have anything. Jazakallah khair. Sorry. Poverty is when you don't have anything. So I don't like that. But, to put in perspective that having something, it's better for you to do business with Allah. Why is that? First of all, Allah said, تُنْجِيكُم مِّنْ عَذَابٍ أَلِيمٍ. Because you're responsible for 3 things. What are they? 3 things. What are you responsible for?
Salah.
Nope. Well, yeah, but that's not what I meant.
You said it in Arabic.
I said to believe in Allah, number 1. Right? That's number 1. Number 2, His messenger. So salah is part of that. So I don't want to say no to that, but that's not what I said. And to struggle a little bit with your wealth and with yourselves for the sake of Allah. Those are the 3 things you're responsible for. What are they?
To believe in Allah.
Mm-hmm.
And to believe in Muhammad.
Yep, His messenger. Mm-hmm.
And to struggle.
To struggle. Now, this is what you're going to get, inshallah. Number 1, تُنْجِيكُم مِّنْ عَذَابٍ أَلِيمٍ. That Allah doesn't punish you. Do you want that? You want that, right? Allah's punishment is unfathomable. It's like you can't even imagine it. It's something that none of us want. Allahumma la tu'adhibna ya Rabb. None of us want that. And we ask Allah to save us from it, and we ask Allah to protect us from it always. If that was all, that'd be good, right? If you're responsible for believing in Allah and His messenger, which you already do, to struggle for the sake of Allah, which you already do in your way, right? Some things may be difficult, you struggle with that. So if the only thing is that Allah doesn't punish you, that's good, right? Yeah. Can we stop there and we're done, right? We're good. I'm happy if that's it. First of all, alhamdulillah, Allah spoke to us. That's great. Whatever He says is good for me. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. What about you guys?
Yeah, that's enough.
That's enough, right? But that's not all. يَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ. He'll forgive you of your sins. Is anyone perfect in here? Everybody answered no. No, absolutely not. So you're going to make mistakes, right?
Yeah.
You're going to do that. That's inevitable. No one expects you to be perfect. Even Allah doesn't expect you to be perfect because He knows you're not perfect. He created you imperfect. So Allah did that on purpose. Right?
Parents do.
Huh?
Parents do.
Parents want you to be perfect? Yeah, but they're not perfect either.
No, parents kids to be perfect.
Yeah, but they're not perfect, so they shouldn't want that. Because they're not perfect. They're not perfect kids themselves. I can't have my kids perfect and I'm not perfect. Because I'm not a perfect kid. But we try. And then not to say you shouldn't do well, and don't use that as an excuse either. I'm not perfect. No, it's not an excuse. It's because everybody has it. If you can't drive because you can't see, that's an excuse. If you're not perfect, that's not an excuse because nobody's perfect. That's not an excuse to say, oh, I'm not perfect. Nope, you're not. But you can still do well. Right? You can still do well. You can still try your best. But Allah said, even if you try your best, you're going to make mistakes. So if you're struggling, يَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ. He'll forgive you of your sins. Those mistakes, okay, Allah knows you're not perfect, but He'll forgive you, inshallah. Inshallah ta'ala. And all of us have things we're not proud of. And when you stand it, you're laughing. What you laughing at? You're not proud of something? But how do you know I laughed? None of us are perfect, akhi. So when you meet Allah and you've struggled, hopefully Allah will forgive you and forgive us. But that's not all. Is that enough?
That's a bonus.
That's a bonus. You're ahead, right? Allah doesn't punish you, number one. Number two, He forgives you. وَيَدْخِلْكُمْ فِي الْجَنَّةِ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ. Number three, He'll give you Jannah. Jannah. What is Jannah? Paradise. Huh? What'd you say?
Perfection.
Perfection. Wow, okay. Rock and roll. Perfection. It's not rock and roll. Perfection. Paradise. You can't even, I used to talk to my youngest daughter about paradise. Nusayba's 11 now. And Nusayba, her idea of paradise is like one big buffet. Everything is candy and chocolate and ice cream and a barbecue grill and all that stuff. Her idea of paradise is one big, banquet of eating. Like even to the point where houses are made out of like marshmallows and stuff. Like and it's so creative. And I remember I had a whole conversation with her like for 45 minutes about her Jannah, about her idea of Jannah. And you should do that with your kids, brother. Talk to them about what they think Jannah is. Some of y'all think Jannah is a basketball court. You're going to be playing ball all day. And you can dunk and hit threes whenever you want, right?
Mine told me that all the haram things which are here, we can have the halal versions in Jannah.
Well, that's it too, right? You can do that. There's not going to be any haram there, which is great. I remember Nusayba, one of the things she said is there's not going to be any timeout, because he used to put her on timeout sometimes. And then after she told me all that stuff, she even had a swimming pool where whatever you wanted to drink would be there. Like if you came and you wanted like lemonade, it would automatically become lemonade for you. Like she had this all figured out. I was like, mashallah, man, like I want to go there. That's it. But even that is small compared to what Jannah really is. It's better than that. Did you know that? That's great, but Jannah is even better than that. And Jannah, the cool thing with Jannah too, is that here you're going to be here for 50 years, 60 years, 80 years, 100 years. Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam, 950 years, right? But that's short. Nuh, you know what he said? He said his life was like as if he went into a room and just stayed there and left again. Wow. Jannah is khalidina fiha abada. Like, this world is, they say, 14 million years old. Is that what they say? I don't know where they get 14, I'm not sure. Like,
4.5
excuse me. All right. 4.5 billion. What's your name? Salim. Jazakallah khair, Salim. I love it when people correct me like that. Do you know that that's just a drop in Jannah? Can you, bro, 4.5 billion years, that's, because this world eventually going to come to an end. Jannah isn't. Khalidina fiha abada radiyallahu anhum wa radu an. That Allah is pleased with them and they are pleased with Him. Jannah is not just 4.5 billion years. It's forever. You're not going to die no more. There's going to be no death there. You're going to be there and it's going to get increasingly better. Wow. Masakina tayyiba fi jannatu adn. Okay, that's more. So we're already in the bonus round, right? Right? We've been bonusing now for a minute. That's like, mashallah. Tunjikum min adab alim, punishment, no punishment. يغفر لكم ذنوبكم, number 2. Number 3, Jannah. Number 4, مساكين طيبة في جنة عدن. Dwelling places in that Jannah. Your house now is pretty nice, right? You think so? But you paid for it. So every month, brother, what's your name, Akhi? Shahid. Every month, Shahid has to pay, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Sometimes, don't say that too loud. Every month, Shahid, someone wants to get paid from Shahid. And me, by the way. And the rest of the brothers in here. My mom used to charge me rent when I was 18. You know that? Can you imagine your mom charging you rent when you're 18? So even she wanted to get paid. Which is cool, because I never missed a rent payment in my life. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Since then. And I'm like 112 now. So I'm 42. But since I was 18, mama, I never missed a rent payment. But in Jannah, you ain't got to pay rent no more. Shahid, isn't that right?
Yeah.
No one's going to evict you if you don't pay. Right? May Allah may never be evicted. I mean, right? No one's going to come and knock your door. All right, Shahid. $1,200 a month. Wow, that's good for a house, though. Toronto basements are $1,100 now. But in Jannah, you're going to get that. That's forever. Palaces. MashaAllah. ذَلِكَ الْفَوْزُ الْعَظِيمُ. That's victory. Some people will tell you that being a really good ball player is victory. Right? Is that right?
No.
Well, it is to a degree. Again, I knew ball player. You know Elijah one, Hakeem Olajuwon? Shahid, you know him. You know? Please say yes.
No.
Oh, come on, man. He used to play for the Raptors years ago. He was a Muslim player. He played for Houston Rockets too. He won 2 championship rings. And when he was in Toronto, he was a friend of mine. So I'm not saying that's bad, but there's something better. I'm not saying becoming a doctor is bad. It's great. You help people, right? MashaAllah. You study for 20 years. You gonna be a doctor? Any of y'all? Really? Maybe? You're not sure? You don't have to be sure. It's okay. I didn't know what I wanted to be till yesterday. And I forgot, so I still don't know. All I want is to be a good servant to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's first. But if you want to be a doctor or a speaker or a ball player, mashallah, that's good. But this, ذَلِكَ الْفَوْزُ الْعَظِيمُ, that's tremendous victory. To have that. Yes, it's great, because Abdurrahman ibn Auf radiallahu anh, was a companion of the Prophet ﷺ, and he was extremely wealthy. That is tremendous victory. But there's more. Did you know there's more? We're not done yet. Do you want to be done? You want me to just stop? No?
It's endless.
Huh?
It's endless.
It's endless, right? But there's more because Allah knows you have to live here. وَأُخْرَى تُحِبُّونَهَا. And there's one more thing. نَصْرٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَفَتْحٌ قَرِيبٌ. Help from Allah. You need help from Allah while you live here? Because you're here. It's not, we don't just believe in like pie in the sky stuff. You're here. You have to live here. You have to function while you're here. Brothers need your help all over the world. Myanmar, make a lot of dua for them. They need your help. Rohingya. Palestine needs your help. Somalia needs your help. Canada needs your help. Everybody needs your help, right? You're Muslims. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس. The best nation that ever came out of people. تأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر. Because you enjoin the good and prohibit the evil. And you believe in Allah. But you need help too. And when you do these things and you struggle a little bit for the sake of Allah, نَصْرٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ, you get that help from Allah. وَفَتْحٌ قَرِيبٌ. And a clear-cut victory. Clear victory from Allah Ta'ala. Here. So from now on, inshallah, we're going to try to intensify our struggle within the boundaries of the Quran and the Sunnah. Because you don't go beyond that, right? Like Fajr is 2 rak'ah. Do you pray 4? Right? Do you? No. It's 2. It's 2, right? Fajr is 2. You pray 2 Sunnah before it, but I'm saying Fajr in general is 2 by itself. So you struggle, but you struggle within the boundaries of the Quran and the Sunnah. You don't go too much this way or too much that way. Because Allah will give you all of these things. You're responsible for what? 3 things. What are they? Did you forget?
I remember. Messenger.
To believe in Allah and His Messenger.
Struggle.
And struggle. You're probably doing all of them. Aren't you?
Yeah.
Muhammad is. Yeah! He's straight up loud, right? I'm struggling. MashaAllah. So we're all struggling in our own way. And may Allah allow you to struggle for His sake so that it pleases Him. So all 3 of these things you're doing. Number 1, tunjikum min adab al-adim. You won't be punished. That's what you're going to get. Number 2, Allah will forgive you of your sins. Number 3, what's number 3? Jannah. Number 3. Number 4, dwelling places in that Jannah. Masakin at-tayyiba fi jannatu adn. Number 5, clear-cut victory from Allah. Or help from Allah. Number 5. Number 6, clear-cut victory. I want to give you an idea of this dunya, and I'm going to close with this, inshallah. This isn't a hadith, it's a parable. It's something that it's a story that has a lesson in it, but it isn't like hadith or anything like that. It's kind of a story or a situation that you're going to, inshallah, learn from it. Let's say that there was someone who came to you, right, Muhammad? And he came to you with a shopping cart, right?
Yeah.
He's not asking you for nothing. But he said to you, Muhammad, take this shopping cart, and there's a warehouse. And inside that warehouse is everything in that warehouse. All your favorite stuff. All your favorite iPhones and Android phones and Samsung. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm Apple guy, so I'm gonna say that. Thank you, brother. No, because Apple's accessible, right? And Samsung isn't, huh?
I agree with that.
You agree with me? All right, brother. Which one do you got?
Apple.
Which phone you got?
He has Apple and Samsung.
You got
Both.
Hey,
I'm a double crosser.
come on, man. You can't do that. Well, you could, I guess.
I have neither.
You have neither. What? What you doing with Samsung? What do you like own a business or something? MashaAllah, man. You know what I had when I was, how old are you?
9.
You're 9 and you got a Samsung? Wow.
And
I
I
asked,
don't even have a phone and I'm 10.
I didn't have a phone so I could pay for it. I told my mom once I needed a phone. She goes, no, you don't. You need a job. And that was it for me. I didn't have a phone so I could pay for it. Anyway, getting back to our shopping cart scenario. He has a shopping cart and he says to you, Muhammad, everything in the warehouse is free. Would you go in?
No.
Probably, yeah.
Probably you would. I would too. I'm not going to lie.
It's a scam.
It's a scam. It's a scam song. I mean, it's a scam. So you'd go, I'd go. Free? Wow. Okay, let's pretend it's not a scam. It's legit. Free, legit. Everything is free. But there's a condition though. You ready?
Yeah.
We don't know where the warehouse is.
No, you do. You're right in front of it. So you do know. There's some paintings on the wall of the warehouse. You're not allowed to look at them. That's easy, right? Is that easy?
No.
No. So Muhammad, you got 2 minutes. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Muhammad agreed. He agreed to go in the warehouse. You got 2 minutes. So Muhammad goes in the warehouse and the first thing he does is look at the paintings because that's what we do. We're people. That's where the good stuff is, right? You not even care about the Samsung no more.
I wouldn't care about the paintings. I would just go in and take my stuff and
No, if they're made of like gold. Or
That's the whole point, because you'd be curious, right? They told you not to do that. Human beings are like that. You tell us not to do something and we do it. That's how we are, a lot of us. So you go in and you look at the first painting and it's like the nicest car you've ever seen in your life, man. MashaAllah. The Bugatti with the, the doors slide up. Is that Ferrari? Or Lamborghini, the doors go up. It's not even out no more. It's like the best, nicest car you've ever seen in your life with like the nicest rims and whatever else. However you picture it. I don't know what the nicest car is. Some of y'all like Hyundai, you know what I mean? Maybe that's the nicest car for you. What do you like, Shahid? What do you drive, brother? Huh?
Corolla.
Corolla. I like Corolla. See, that's a nice car for Shahid, mashallah. You gotta pay for a house every month. You can't afford no Bugatti. We can pay for a house every month. That's the truth. You know what my mom told me? I asked her for a drive once, And she said, you have the nicest car in the city already. I said, really? She goes, yeah. About 50 people are on your car. And you even have your own personal driver. I'm like, that sounds like the bus. That's what it was. It was a bus. So Muhammad, you're seeing this very nice car, man, and time is passing away, and you're admiring it, and you look at the next picture, and it's like your favorite food.
I'll just look away.
Kabsa, right?
Can't look away.
What's your favorite food?
Kinafa.
Kinafa, mashallah, jazakallah khair, real Palestinian, mashallah, akramakumullah. Kinafa, kabsa, maqluba, right? Chicken karahi, right? Shahid, what's your favorite food, brother? Biryani? All of them? Yeah? Your favorite? My goodness. Mansaf and, meatloaf, because I'm from a trailer park. Right? You're looking at that, and it's the most delicious food you've ever seen in your life, and your stomach, right?
That has happened to me so many times.
Happened to me today, actually. Right? And you turn in this third painting is the nicest house you've ever seen. You're admiring this house. All the, it doesn't even have to, it's nice, man. All the different articulate paintings and work that's in there and all that stuff. I don't know. You describe it. But then someone comes, Muhammad, and taps you. Says, bro, your 2 minutes are up. And you get mad, right? Because you didn't get nothing. Did you? You sat there looking at them stuff all day. And you tell him now, you say, bro, I didn't even collect anything. I didn't even get a Samsung charger. Never mind the phone. He's like, oh, I told you not to look at the paintings. This dunya is like that. You're in a warehouse now, surrounded by all the different blessings that this place has to offer. All of them. And your cart, your metaphorical cart that I've talked about in the story, is your book of good deeds, your hisab. And you have a limited amount of time to fill it. Don't be distracted by the paintings, because the paintings are not real. They're just paintings. They look great, but they're not real. Don't be distracted by that. Go through this dunya with your shopping cart and fill it with as much barakah, as much khair, as much goodness as possible. And you've already have the biggest form of goodness in it, which is your Islam. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. That is probably the biggest and best of the goodnesses that there is. Everything else, mashallah, goes along with that. Because we know that Iman is faith. But Iman is three things. It's four things, Three things. A belief in the heart, a statement on the tongue, and actions on the limbs. So you have your shopping cart, your book of deeds. This dunya is your warehouse. Don't be distracted by the paintings that are here. Fill it with as much good as you can, because you only have a short time. You may have more than 2 minutes, but you only have a short time. يقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ونسأل الله تعالى توفيقا وسداد والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك واشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. شغالة. Are we okay?
I'm going to go with your good thing you said.
You're gonna. This is where I get corrected.
No.
Allah yarda alayk, akhi. Jazakallah khair. تفضل مشكور.
This is where you get the hotel.
Hotel? What hotel?
The deal that you made with him.
Oh.
Our brother, we really thank him. Beautiful statements and explanation about the ayatis of Surah. Which Surah it was?
Saf.
Hani?
Saf.
Hashar was part of it. He read the last ayatis regarding Allah, but it was a surah called Surah As-Saf.
Yes.
At the end of it. Jazakallah khairan. Brother Malik, when he was in Toronto, we've been together, alhamdulillah.
I was a kid.
He was struggling and he was working very hard.
MashaAllah.
But one thing I like to mention in this important minutes that we have, you see our brother over here, very young, came from all the way Toronto, 2,000 kilometers. And over here, the first thing that he come for is to convey good statement, good Islam, good advice to us. And you see him, cannot see you. You know, this is one important point I mentioned tonight is the most excellent Muslims are those who outside were blind, but inside has the most insightful eyes. And in order to really mention that point is the only person Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blamed Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was a blind man. In the entire Quran, 23 years, the only time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blamed Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and said, why don't you stick with him? This is the right person. This is in our language. This is my guy. This is my buddy. That's what Allah said. He was a blind man. Not only that, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, after that, he used to welcome him more than anybody else. Marhaban biman atamani Allah bih. He used to say, welcome the man that Allah blamed me because of him. Not only that, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam made him what we call these days the governor of Medina, the capital Muslims at the time. And the history, you can go many people. Greatest imams for our generations right now. Imam Ibn Baz is one of them. About 40 years, he was a Grand Mufti of Saudi Arabia. The man who actually put explanation for Sahih al-Bukhari and actually Fath al-Bari. The explanation over the explanation of Sahih al-Bukhari. Not only that, one of the greatest alim that I have heard, he said, if Allah granted Muslims 10 people like Ibn Baz, whole Muslims' life would have been changed. Imam Kashk, Abdul Halim Kashk rahmatullahi alayh, he was one of the greatest imams in Egypt, 40 years at the minbar. One of the most eloquent speaker that the history have recorded. Last 100 years, he was that man. And you can go on and on. One ayah of the Quran that I like also to mention, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, لا تعمل أبصار ولكن تعمل قلوب التي في الصدور. It is not that these eyes that we see, the organs outside or in our forehead, these eyes are not the one that become blind. The blindness, it is the real eyes that inside of our chest, that Allah said. إنما تعمل أبصار التي في الصدور ولكن تعمل قلوب التي في الصدور. So this is what you see. I will end it up for that point. When I went to Somalia last year, I went to the Ma'had al-Basr, Institute of Blind People. And I gave them some help, donations and all of those things. I couldn't believe these people were memorizing the Quran, the Hadith, that I couldn't even believe for myself. And one of the good things that Allah has given them, wherever they are, if you give salam one of them 20 years back, and next time in other country you meet him and you give him salam, he will recognize you and say, you are so and so and so. That's what happened to Malik when we met last year. Was it Jum'ah? The Jum'ah when we met?
Yeah.
The first time over here. And he said, salam alaikum. He said, I know this man. I said,
yeah, but I'm getting old, so I knew the voice. I was like, wait a minute, I don't know. And I had to because my RAM is like a lot, so I had to.
So
you know the thing on your phone spins. My head was doing that to get the name. I got it though.
That's right. So that's also it is. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take away this one, is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instead given me a great understanding and power of memorization that many people do not have. But my ending point is, if someone who cannot see doing that kind of effort, those of us who can see what our effort will be. This is my question that I'm going to put in front of us all. And especially youngsters, and you are the future of our ummah in this part of the world. What you have heard tonight, it looks like kind of just giving you some kind of amazing words here and there, but I know some of you will take it very seriously. And what you have heard tonight, 40 years from tonight, you may give a lecture of it. Very possible. I'm telling you. I remember when I was 9 years old, I was reading Surah إِذَا زُلْزِلَتْ. You know إِذَا زُلْزِلَتْ? How many of us know Surah زُلْزِلَتْ? Everybody almost. Allahu Akbar. So the policeman came to our madrasa. I don't know what was the reason.
Wow.
But he came over there. And then he talked to the people, and then I was the one who was reciting the loudest. And he came to me and he said, you know what? You're reading this surah, but you know the meaning. I said, no. And he started to explain the meaning of it as Zulzilat. From that day, I memorized it.
MashaAllah.
You see that time? He said, most probably you will never take it seriously because you are a little kid. But anyway, I'll tell you. And I was saying inside of my heart, and I said, I will take it very seriously. And it was. And I hope you will be that way. All of you.
Inshallah.
No matter how young you are, 7 years, 8 years, 12, 13, 14, whatever it is, you'll take it seriously, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan, Shaykh Ibrahim, for the masjid that you, inshallah, open up for the da'wah, and Jazakumullah khairan for youngsters coming, and Jazakumullah khairan for Brother Malik for the good lecture. May Allah bless you and bless your family and take care of you, inshallah.
Allah ta'ala. Just to end, I just kind of reminded me of something where Allah has said to us at the end of this surah, وَبَشِّرِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Is there a thing? Is there a stand for it?
Oh, okay.
Jazakallah khair. I have the camera and that too, so.
Okay.
He said to us, وَبَشِّرِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. So to give glad tidings to those who believe. That's why we're here today. To remind us and to remind myself and to remind you. Because when I was like 8, 9, and 10 and everything else, didn't nobody teach me about this here. I became Muslim when I was 21, so I was already like big. And I'll do that story another day, but that's the thing. When you guys are raised up as Muslims, you should be very, very happy about that. Be very grateful and don't just take it as, that's something my dad does. All right? You're Muslims. Allah doesn't make mistakes, and He made you Muslims. So when I was a little kid, I didn't have no one to teach me about Allah. Can you imagine? I didn't even know the name of Allah. Not all the stuff that you know, I didn't even know the name of Allah. Literally. Not, I didn't know who He is. No, none of us really know who Allah is, subhanahu wa ta'ala. I didn't know the name Allah. Muhammad, I thought he was a boxer. Right? That's true. I was Muhammad. That's the boxer, right? It's a messenger of Allah. There was someone named Muhammad long before the boxer, right? Sallallahu right? I learned about that from Malcolm X. Listening to, you know who Malcolm X is?
Yeah.
You do? MashaAllah. Anyone else? Okay. When you get older, inshallah, you're going to learn about Al-Hajj Malik Al-Shabazz, who was a Muslim who was from the United States of America. I read his autobiography and I became Muslim after that. So you're raised up in Muslim houses, with Muslim parents, with Muslim siblings, in the masjid. We never had that. So be very thankful and very grateful that Allah chose you already to have Islam. The rest of us have to look for it. We had to look for it. So be very grateful. Alhamdulillah, that's really what I wanted to say. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, wa ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Do we do Q&A or are we going to pray, Asha? You got time? All right. Q&A. How much time?
2 minutes.
10 minutes.
Adhan.
For Adhan.
For the Adhan, for the Iqamah 7:30, like an hour and a half.
Wow. MashaAllah. You might, but I don't. MashaAllah. So let's do a really quick question and answer, inshallah. And then we'll get to that. So is there any? There wasn't any last time, so I'm like, maybe I did my job really well.
Oh, I have a connection to the boxer thing. I actually have a friend called Muhammad Ali.
Is he a boxer too? No? Okay.
He's like the opposite of boxer.
Oh.
He stays inside playing video games all day.
It's a lot safer than boxing. You don't get brain. Well, maybe you do a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. Allah knows best.
Your hands get hurt. Instead of your whole body getting hurt, your hands get hurt.
Playing video games?
I actually read this in a book.
Well, your Call of Duty sometimes lets you forget your Call of Duty. I said that last time, right? Right? Oh, sure.
I do not like that.
All right, so we're good with the Q&A, or are we just going to hang out and talk? I did wrestling 20 years. Wow. All right, so we're done. Are we done?
Oh, I remember that story that
Do I know Kareem Abdul? He played ball in the 80s when I was a kid. All right, I guess we jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. MashaAllah.
Speech off recording. Live. 7. Live. Recording.
Are we done?
7. Sam bin Saeed is watching. Profile picture. Tanvir up. Profile picture. Zoom Pro. May Allah bless you, brother. Recording.
No.
Recording. Live.
How do you close this?
Live. 8. Sam bin Saeed is watching. Profile. Tanvir up. Profile. Abdul El profile picture. Image.
How do you shut the camera off?
Huh?
Which one is
The
it?
camera is still on, right?
Yeah, I know. How do you shut it off? I don't want to just push the button because if I do that, I'm gonna lose the video.
Well, we can shut it, guys.
Oh, finish right here.
Finish. Double tap.
Finish.
Tap it. Touch it.
Yeah.
Double touch it.
Double touch it.